Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Salome here. Today I want to make a very quick video about 5 extraordinary films I have watched. I've been watching a lot of films, as you may know, but these are the films that they don't fit into any category because they provide not only interesting cinematography but interesting storyline as well. These exceptional films are not for everyone, so listen to me carefully, and if you find that you are interested in them, you can watch. The first one is a documentary, and it was recommended by my friend to me. We together watch a lot of documentaries and we have similar taste in documentaries. We love extraordinary, original and unique storylines, and this film is very specific and unique in terms of what it is about. This is a film from Iceland, and first of all, Iceland already intrigues me. I really would like to see Iceland and landscapes, and the fact that it's so remote and unlike anything else I've seen before really attracts me. So when I heard that it was a documentary from Iceland, I was immediately hooked. This documentary I'm talking about is called The Final Member. I have talked about it recently in my other video, but I decided to mention it in exceptional films. The story is about a person who is fascinated by men's genitalia. So he decided to make a museum of penis. And the fact that someone would dedicate almost all of his time to this type of hobby is so interesting for me. It is so curious what our mind does to us and also what interests us. This film is so intrusive, intriguing, and very specific. It's gives you a different idea of what interests human being and what we are actually capable of. So this man creates a whole life to himself around his hobby, and his hobby is so much more than just a hobby, because the way he collects these penises from insects to mammals to humans is fascinating. You know, it's not only the idea, he executes this idea, and his quest to also display human penis in this museum is something jaw-dropping. I was so I don't know, mesmerized, intrigued, fascinated, shocked. I didn't know how to feel about this. And not only about this person who collects this penis, but about people who want to donate their organ to this museum and how they think about it. Oh my god, this is just unbelievable documentary. A must watch for anyone who is interested in human psyche. So, very exceptional film. The second exceptional film is not a documentary, it's a feature film by Chantal Akerman, the filmmaker whose filmography I'm diving into right now, and I have seen 4 films already. But the exceptional film in terms of cinematography and in terms of the time that it was made is Tu Il Elle. It's like you, me and her. It is a beautiful film, first of all. The way it is narrated and executed, it is so unique. It is not for everyone, and I don't know whether I really love this film. However, it's made me think. It made me open up different visual thinking boxes in my head. So in that terms, I would recommend it to all filmmakers, because it is um, a search for of a filmmaker, a dive of a mind who wants to find her intimate ways of filmmaking. And to me it is so close, that I had to include this in exceptional films. It is exceptional for filmmakers, but also for visual thinkers. So I would recommend this film to people who love to visit conceptual art exhibitions, who always want to see something that will make their curiosity, tingle. It's a spicy work, especially because um, of the time it was made. It was filmed in 1974, and yet watching it in 2023 really felt refreshing. And I love this type of timeless art pieces. The third film is a documentary, um, but it is for me fictional documentary, creative documentary. There are some films and some documentaries that are pure film for me, and this one is the example of that documentary. It is called Once Upon a Youth. Oh my god, this is not only film, but it is a piece of photography, because this is narrated with archival footage and photography, and follows a young person who happens to have drug addiction and is also an artist in its purest understanding. What I mean by artist in pure understanding is that he creates for creation, and he took these photos that are just, every photo in this film is a masterpiece. And for me, a person who loves thinking visually, this is just pure heaven. It was such a joyful film, and at the same time it was bittersweet because it's a tragedy. A person, okay, I won't give you too much spoilers, but it's a tragic documentary, but at the same time it is filled with love, sun, and it's memory film. If I can characterize this film, this is just a memory film. And the way the director played with the archival footage, I really recommend to everyone. So really beautiful film. The fourth film is so disturbing. It is unlike, I watch a lot of true crime stories, a lot of documentaries, serial killers, mass murderers. They are not alien. Their stories are not alien to me, and I am rarely disturbed and annoyed by graphic criminal stories. However, this film is so different. I don't know what it is. I think because it's a well-written book, but it is so unique and specific. This film is We Need to Talk About Kevin. This was also a recommendation by my friends. When I started watching it, I immediately was mesmerized, fascinated. This is a story that is so well adapted on the screen, and I think the director and the team behind it really adapted this book into screenplay really well. Oh my god, it is just so disturbingly good. You are so annoyed by the whole family, especially with Kevin and the mother. Oh my god, the casting. Tilda Swinton is just made for this role. This is such a well executed feature film about dysfunctional family and about this teenage criminal Kevin, who was, I don't want to say born evil, but I think he is the true embodiment of evil child. And this also raises question into our head, which a lot of people don't want to ask to themselves. It's like, is every child good? I don't think so. Oh my god, this is just, it's not for faint-hearted. And if you have this, you know, pink sunglasses, and if you want to view all children as angels and all teenagers as, okay, they are teenagers and this is their phase, then maybe you should watch it to break your stereotypes about kids and about life in general. And the title of the film, We Need to Talk About Kevin, is the best title, because we actually need to talk about people and children like Kevin, especially this time where I read about how many teenagers suffer and have suicidal thoughts, and they are just unhappy, they are on antidepressants. And yes, I think more attention should be paid to mental health, and this film is just so good, so good. The last but not least is my absolute favorite in terms of cinematography. I think it's the uh, one of the best films in terms of screen narrating, or narration with moving images. This is by Claire Denis. I have watched all films by Claire Denis, and I think I will dedicate a video to her. This is the, I think, best films in terms of um, cinematography of her. It's called Beau Travail. Um, a lot of my friends who I recommended this film, they didn't like it, and I understand why, because you can't really see the storyline there. It's not a narrative film that follows a plot, but this is a pure cinematic narration, so it leaves you with more questions than answers. And this film I recommend you to see on big screen with a good projection, or classical cinema, you know, black box, because you really need to watch this film. Every image is so beautiful and it is speaking to you. This is talking, moving images, and not big dialogues, but the casting is great. The way Claire Denis um, shoots bodies there, I love. The way sun hits, this is just, and the landscape, everything is pure cinema for me, pure cinematic narration. So Beau Travail is not for everyone, but it is an exceptional must-watch film for anyone who wants to embark on filmmaking road and journey. Thank you, enjoy this weekend, see you next time, bye. Filmmaking.